What does it mean to be unstoppable? We're going to be talking with some of the authors of the book Unstoppable Female Entrepreneurs. Come right back and see what we have in store for you. I'm really excited about this book, Unstoppable Female Entrepreneurs, and we have one of the co-authors with us. Sylvia Chavez is here. Sylvia, it's great having you. It's great having you as part of this book. I'm so excited that you're here. So why don't you, we'll just start and have you introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Awesome. Hi, Sally. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here again with this incredible lady and being part of this book, which is not the first book that I'm doing with these publishers. Let me, sometimes I try to find the words, in the middle of everything. Takers, publishers. Yes, this is actually my number 3. And the first 2 were number 1 international best-selling books. So I'm excited about this one. And I'm Sylvia Chavez. I'm America's Love Queen, and everything for me is about love. So every time I'm part of a book, I'm trying to share with the world my message about love, which is not just the regular message we hear all the time in TV, songs, videos, music, like, oh, love is hard, love is work. No. It's not anything about that. But yes, everything starts with a path. And that's what I share on my chapter, actually, is my path to love and how I succeed in finding the love of my life in the mirror. After I was looking for him outside everywhere, I found it in the mirror. And once I fell madly in love with that woman, that unstoppable woman in the mirror, I was finally able to find the love of my life, which is my husband. Well, the second love of my life, actually. Or the third or fourth. I don't know. I have 5 kids, so it's hard to put the, order. But yeah, he's the man of my life, and I'm super happy. That's why I want to share my message with the world, because I do believe there's a love that's simple, easy, but you got to go through the process of healing yourself and loving yourself.
So what made you decide to become a love coach?
Oh, it was actually a message from whoever you want to call it, God, heaven. Mm-hmm. I was in one of those days when I said, okay, what is my mission in life? And it wasn't only having kids and raising them, which I love that as my mission as well. It was something else. So I was having this breakthrough moments when you touch your heart and say, please give me the message. And I heard this little voice inside telling me, you have to be loved, not be loved, be loved. So become love. So of course, the word love is a process. I'm still working on that. But I do feel that I'm much, much closer than years ago when I got that message. And now I feel that everything has a purpose in my life, which is to share the message of love. And because love is wonderful, it's beautiful. It's the best gift we can give to somebody now that it's almost Christmas, Mm-hmm. And we can share with others. We can give and receive is love, And that's why, for me, love is so, so important. And I do believe that this is my only religion and the only religion we should have in the world, so we could live a happy life in peace all together as brothers and sisters.
Absolutely. I love that. So what is the impact you want to make with your story, with your love story?
I want to impact on the reader on believing that everything is possible. I love the title of the book, which is Unstoppable. I was always unstoppable, actually, but I didn't know that. I didn't believe in myself as much as I do believe in myself today. And if I look around women and men, and if I talk about women because that's my area of expertise, we are unstoppable. We usually live 3 or 4 lives in one, right? The things we do, the things we achieve, the challenges we face, and we survive and we take away, we can help our kids to thrive. Many of my clients are single moms, and they not only gave them a roof and a meal on the table, but they gave them an education. And sometimes they were not even educated. Maybe they had to work as maids or as whatever, either, legal,
Right.
anything, anything and everything. It didn't matter, maybe having 2 or 3 jobs, as long as you could give your kids what you didn't have, especially in education in a future. So I see so many examples of that. And even, in fathers as well. But especially in this area, we have a lot of single moms raising 2 or 3 kids, sometimes 4, and they are unstoppable. So I feel that this message needs to reach everybody, because you that are watching right now, you are unstoppable. You might not know it yet, or you might not believe it, but you're alive. And I bet that if you look behind in your life, there were many moments in your life that you showed yourself that you were unstoppable. So that's why I love the title. That's what I want the reader to take away.
Yeah. So if you have a single mom and she's struggling, how do you get her to love herself? What are some of the things that you talk about or that you do with them?
Oh, I love this question. Thank you for asking. First of all, they need to go back into the story, not because they have to learn the story, but we need to go back in your story so you can see what part of that story is still impacting in a negative way in your present. Where are the beliefs that you were taught as a child? Where are the cycles that you are repeating in your life? Like, for example, if your father was violent to your mom, many times women tend to choose a partner that is violent as well. So they repeat the cycle. So you need to go back into your childhood sometimes, only to see where are the things that you are repeating that don't belong to you. Because if your father was violent with your mom, and there was abuse and violence in your house, that doesn't mean you have to repeat the pattern. But if you don't know something different, unfortunately, you know what you know, so you're going to repeat it. But once you start looking inside of yourself and saying, okay, I don't like this is not me, I don't want to repeat, I don't want to be my mom again. Like, I have somebody that wrote in one of my books, my mom was a doormat. So and so you don't want to be a doormat as your mom was, or as your whoever. This is just an example, right?
Right.
So then once you see that moment, you can heal inside, because what you learn as a child is like written in stone.
Yeah.
So you gotta heal that. You gotta first know what you're facing and what are your limiting beliefs, and then heal it. And just letting them go, they don't belong to you. This is a whole process. And sometimes it's painful because you gotta go back in there. But once you thrive and you say, this is not mine, then you get to be who you truly are, empowering yourself and being the person you can be.
Yeah, it's breaking those generational curses, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We have, we marry what our parents and our grandparents, and we live their lives,
Yes.
and it's
Especially in a Latino community, there was a lot of machismo. Like, men were the only ones that can think, say, or act. You gotta just obey. And this is something that now, fortunately, is changing. But still, we need to heal that as generations.
yeah, yeah. So we're talking about this book, Unstoppable Female Entrepreneurs Living Fearlessly. We want to remind you to head on over to actiontakerspublishing.com/unstoppable. You can get your free gift and your copy of the book and some free gifts from the author. Sylvia, your chapter in this book is when nothing is what it seems. What does that mean?
Many times we know how to fake it really well when we are super unhappy and we're in a relationship that is that it makes us unhappy. But we are part of a society, so you gotta show that we are okay. Like the little house in the prayer, right? In my case, I was married before for 20 years, and from the outside, we were the perfect family, but nobody could see from the outside how I was feeling on how it was inside the home. So many times when you see somebody that is not acting or is reacting, just take a couple of seconds to just use some mercy, because you have no idea what that person is going through. So in my case, I was really unhappy for many, many years, and I don't blame anybody. It's I created my world. That's why I started my process of healing and finding myself and being the person that I am today. But from the outside, this is what you see in many people. You see, oh, how could this happen? And like one of the writers in another book said, there's good and bad in each one of us. And sometimes good people takes bad decisions, and you got to understand that that's why communication and being able to be who you are, because this is so important, so you can be free and express yourself. So that's why I chose that, when nothing is what it seems. So, and then on the chapter, that if you want to read it, if you want to know more of the story, you got to read the chapter. There's more explanation about what it means and the examples that I give. I can't, you're muted.
So if people want to connect with you, how do they do that?
They can go to my link tree, Sylvia Chavez, or I'm at America's Love Queen in everywhere, like in Instagram. But that's the if you go to this link, you'll find all my social media and a couple of gifts. So that's how you connect with me, and we can talk about love, and you can ask me anything.
There you go. So we want to just remind everyone to head on over to actiontakerspublishing.com/unstoppable. Get your copy of the book today. Sylvia, what do you want the readers to take away from reading your chapter in this book?
Well, for me, it's very important that the reader knows that everything is possible and love is possible. And not just, like I said before, not any kind of love, not the love that we see in the pictures and the movies and the songs, but a real love that will make your life amazing, like it is my life today, And that's what I want them to take, just the hope that if they really reach inside and go through the process, then they can be absolutely happy and feel loved, adored, and love themselves and love others like they've never done it before.
Sylvia, thank you so much for being part of this book and for being part of our world. We love having you on board.
Thank you, Sally. Same here. You know that I love you, and I love Linda like crazy. You are my heroes, my sheroes. So I'm so happy to be part of this book and your lives as well.
Thank you. Everyone, be sure to head on over, get your book, read Sylvia's chapter. You won't be disappointed.
One of the things that I've personally found from my experience of working with Action Takers Publishing is that I've walked away with more friends than I had before, because of the relationship that you build with the authors while working in an anthology. I think it's an amazing project to be able to get published. It's a fantastic way to get published the first time, and I've almost seen people who get hooked on doing anthologies, because once that bug is bitten, you feel like you can release more and more and more and more stories, and Linda's got a bunch of titles that I think resonates with a lot of us who live in the real world.